CNBC has learned that the U.S. government has used a secretive process to block a Chinese company from acquiring an American fertility clinic. But why would they do that? To find out, we went to the Department of Justice for answers. John Demers heads the National Security Division of the Department of Justice, making him one of the country's top spy hunters.
Your genetic material, your biological material is among the most intimate information about you, who you are, what your vulnerabilities may be, what your illnesses have been in the past, what your family medical history is, etc. And again, that can be used from a counterintelligence perspective to either coerce you or convince you to help the Chinese.
Our investigation has found 4 of the roughly dozen fertility clinics in the San Diego area have investors with links to China. Fertility treatments are hugely popular in China after the repeal of the one-child policy there, and Chinese customers have flocked to American clinics, which are seen as among the best in the world. Take the case of HRC Fertility in California. One of its offices is in Oceanside, just a 14-minute drive from the front gate of Camp Pendleton. There's no way to tell from its offices or website, but the fertility clinic's ownership history is global and extremely convoluted. In 2017, management rights to HRC Fertility were purchased by an investment entity in the British Virgin Islands that was in turn owned by a Chinese coal company. Later, a new entity took the company public on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So why would a Chinese coal company want to buy a U.S. fertility clinic in the first place? HRC tells us the coal mining subsidiary was merely a convenient investment vehicle, and the company says it's engaged in significant restructuring to allay China-related concerns, including keeping all U.S. patient data on servers inside the United States. And as for the clinic being located near a U.S. military base, the company calls that a meaningless coincidence. But it's the kind of transaction that can be concerning to the U.S. government. So what if you saw a subsidiary of a Chinese mining company buying an American fertility chain? Would that be a red flag to you?
Well, without obviously commenting on any individual transaction, that's the kind of dissonance that would be very interesting to us.
In a statement, HRC told us in part the company complies with all relevant federal and state laws and regulations regarding patient data security. We take patient information and data security seriously and do not share any patient information with our parent company. In fact, we go beyond the requirements and use third-party experts to confirm the security of our patient data on a regular basis. It's a big global economy. Why should we say there's anything wrong with the Chinese buying American companies?
Well, what we're worried about is the use that they make of the data. If all they were doing was then running that company as a going concern and earning the profits from it, that would be fine.
What could they do with it? Demers says there are some terrifying possibilities.
The worst case would be, and I'm not saying that we've seen this, but the worst case would be the development of some kind of biological weapon.
Really?
If you had all of the data of a population, you might be able to see what that population is most vulnerable to.
Mira Ricardel, the former Deputy National Security Advisor, told CNBC CFIUS, the highly secretive Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, located in the Treasury Department, has already taken action. Has the federal government ever blocked the acquisition of a fertility clinic in the United States by the Chinese?
I believe they have. Again, these are not things that are reported. It's a confidential process, but I understand there's been at least one case. And guys, CFIUS does have the authority under U.S. law to actually force American companies to be divested of their ownership if they think that there's a national security problem there. There's no indication, though, that that's happening right now with any of these Chinese-linked fertility clinics inside the United States.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.